going to tell you about my lesson 1. And to begin with, we're going to try to tell the kids the what, why, where, and when of food. So this whole kit is about food. And so we're going to learn different things about the world, the globe, and the food that comes from that. The what, why, where, when, and who of food. And the first one is mind mapping. And I think it's really interesting that kids can learn to mind map. And literally what you're going to do is take a manila folder, which you'll find in the kit, open it up, start with the word food. Then what you start doing is you go off and have the kids tell you things, or they themselves start writing things off of that word food. So they might say something about calories, food pyramid, fruits and vegetables, digestive system. And when they're done, they may have something like this that will tell them all about what they're going to learn about food. In lesson 1, they're going to get to experiment on some food, and they're going to want to find out why things are tasteful. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell them and explain to them about the tongue. To begin with, the tongue has 4 zones, and the zones are different places on the tongue, which will give them salty, bitter, sour, sweet, and it's a different part of the tongue. And so they will get to stop and think when they taste something, what part of their tongue is actually getting to taste this. And what we have is we will give them, the teacher will give them a worksheet. And with this worksheet, they're going to taste one item. And they're going to try to decide whether it was salty, bitter, any of those things, and put them into the squares. But what the teacher is going to use to have them taste that is we're going to have it set up with sugar, salt, lemon, cocoa, and then some swabs. Cocoa, you can use vinegar to get the bitter taste. Sometimes cocoa is a little harder to work and dissolve in the water like you would like for it to. So you're more than welcome to try vinegar. If you have someone that cannot have sugar, we have a Splenda. So you have options with your students, because all the way through all of this, it's important to know if your kids in your classroom have food allergies, peanut allergies, any of those things, you need to know ahead of time, and you can work accordingly to what their allergies might be. Now when we're doing this test, we will put water in cups and add the salt, the lemon, or the Splenda, whatever. You can go around, and you'll need to get more cotton swabs, but this gives you a general idea. Go around, put the cotton swab in, and each student can taste, and then you tell them just to write down what they think it is, and then when you're done, you'll tell them what number 1 was, what number 2 was, and ask them to explain to you why they thought it was bitter or why they thought it was sweet. And this gives them an opportunity to have to think and explain what they've learned.